Hello, I am Jay Barino, and welcome back. We're playing BlackChain. Let's continue the campaign, shall we? We're on Helium Caverns, Mission 9. We're getting close to the end.
Splendid work, Commander. This injection of funds is just what we needed for the mission to Minerva. I want boots on the ground in 6 months. You have a very short window for optimal gravity assist, so don't waste your time.
That sure as hell won't be possible with our current fuel reserves. What are we going to do about that?
We know that Tycor has found pockets of helium-3 in tunnel networks right under our feet. If we can get to them before Stellar United, we might manage to extract just enough for the journey.
Dude, look at Aster X. Rising from the ashes. Well, not really. We never burned them down. They're the underdogs. They're coming up out of nowhere. I'm telling you, they're gonna bite us when we least expect it. Orinoco, though, they're done. Get out of here.
HQ, I'm getting hostiles in all 6 directions. I really hope we have backup.
We've already sent a robotic task force ahead to establish a base. Group up with them ASAP.
Show me the way.
All right, Cassio, lead the way.
Reporting. Let's roll. I'm on the
So is this a
job.
micro mission?
Let's roll.
Because maybe I should have tacked it onto the last one. But she said that
Ready when you are.
they had sent units ahead to start a base. Does this plasma charge need to actually touch them, or is there some area of effect around the projectile? I think it actually needs to touch them.
Received.
I haven't really been using it to very good effect. So we're looking for a base. There is the base.
Sounds good.
Hello?
Maintenance is too
Let's
expensive.
roll.
Get going. Get going.
There are 5 helium extractors in the area. The more we control, the sooner we can get out of here.
This is a situation where we probably want to get super cores as soon as possible.
Cassio reporting.
So we have to get 2,500 HE3 units before the enemy does,
I'm on the job. Yes, Commander.
is my understanding here.
I'm here. I'm on the job. Let's roll. Sounds good. Cassio
What do we need to
reporting.
do to okay, no, we're technically controlling this. This is one where it's like the longer that we just sit here, the better. Almost obviously. We just want to sit on these points for as long as possible while we build up our base, because we want to just stop the enemy from
I'm here.
too
Yes,
easily
Commander. Sounds good.
holding any themselves. So it's kind of like, why not go ahead and start clearing some of the map out, looking for Minervite pickups.
Our troops are under attack.
This is why you don't do that, because
Show me the way. Sounds good.
this is pretty spooky.
I'm on the job.
Probably going to back up pretty soon here. He's done it.
Under attack.
Cassio
Okay, that
reporting.
was a little too much for me. We're just going to back up to base until we can get one of those repairing structures, deposits, that's what it's called. Okay, and then get me a super core. Here is fine. 1 coolant thing per core. Gotta remember that. As soon as this is done, we can go and get healed up as well. We can work our way towards automated Minervite extraction as well.
Waiting for director.
And again, it doesn't hurt, I feel like, to just get as much helium ready to go.
Very well. Need a cookie?
I'm just gonna put these pioneers in the bunkers.
Complete.
Repair up my folks. Can I? Hello? There we go. Feels good. And I probably want to start scouting in the other direction here pretty soon. I'm going to get a few more Marines. We already have the command post, which is nice. We probably want to get into vehicles pretty fast, because as we saw last mission, your normal units really cannot stand up to...
Not enough Minervite.
Really can't stand up to enemy vehicles. You need vehicles for enemy vehicles. We don't have like an infantry option against vehicles. At least that's kind of what I had seen. We can get a few more individual cores down here if that's what we want to do. And we're actually quite solid on coin income for now. So I'm just going to keep making rovers, maximize our income, and eventually we want to grab this capacitor so that we can move into Minerva extraction. I've never gotten these drills, and that's because the rovers, while they're very cute, it's not important that we worry about them attacking, even though I really enjoy doing it on that one mission, but that's fine. I'm a little worried about path blocking myself in some of these locations. So what we can do is lift our forts off eventually and move them into these areas to help defend, though it depends on how big the enemy attacks are going to be when the time comes. So we need 300 for that. I really wish... it feels like some of the pathing here, some of the pathing algorithms here for like how your guys harvest, they choose to go to some of the... They always choose to go to the closest one, so then they end up stacking up all in the same one. That's not like a big deal, but I wish it just wasn't that way. Heal one more time. Did I just hear something getting attacked? What was that? Okay, we don't need heat sink yet. Let's go ahead and grab Minervite extractor. Let's grab one more super core. Actually, no. Let's just wait, and we'll turn this into a Minervite extractor. And then we can go ahead and start going for factories. I realize, yeah, it says +3 heat right on there. I don't know why I was thinking that those wouldn't... Oh, it was probably the enemy taking one of the control points. Well, we've been in ours much, much longer, so as long as we maintain a mild advantage, we're all set. So this is plus flippin' 10. So let's put this up here, and then we'll get a coolant tower right by it. And in fact, we need multiple coolant towers to get this down to an acceptable level, I think, is how this works. Again, do we have to worry about... It's only BlackChain cores that I think have reduced...
Our troops are under attack.
I'm really not sure. Okay, so they're sending tanks. Let's just go back down there and retake that.
Let's roll.
I refuse. And then... let's get our factory set up over here.
Construction complete. Our troops are under attack.
See, it just says generate Minervite periodically. It's just you can't put them... I don't know. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure on that one. Let's get a coolant thing here so we can get another coin production thing.
Show me the way.
I can get Attilas, effective against structures and vehicles. I like the sound of that. I'm just gonna get some Meisner tank guys, and then we want to increase their movement speed.
Construction complete.
Sounds good to me. We don't need anything from that. Allows factories to train the mechanized walkers. We don't need that just yet. We're going to get them, again, we're going to get the Meisner tanks. I like the sound of those quite a bit. Why don't you come on down here and make a turret? And just stand on this. We want to maintain a healthy advantage before we move out. We'll take some of the other ones too. Honestly, I feel like these tanks are going to be the answer to most things. Okay, they're taking multiples now, I think. Yeah, they're moving on to these. Oh, we can build the turrets directly on the beacons.
Construction complete. Research complete.
Now, if we let them have a bit of an advantage for now, that's okay. That's okay. Again, I think we were just going to go solid, tank, marine here for a bit. I'm going to get a super core here now that we freed up heat in that location.
Not enough Minervite.
Not enough Minervite.
Construction complete.
Not great heat options elsewhere. Let's go here. Let's take this group and go left and take the upper right location.
Ready when you are. Sounds good.
And by upper right, I mean upper left.
Received.
Well, at least they're killing each other.
All right. Our troops are under attack. Research complete.
Show me the way.
Okay, great.
Research complete.
Get some more rovers, and again, I think first thing we just go ahead and build some turrets on these things.
Let's get them.
So they have 3 already. We're good here. Seems like the attacks that they're sending are manageable.
Our base is under attack.
Maybe not. We got to go and take another point here pretty soon. Again, the key is going to be holding onto each location. I would very much like some of these Attila walkers. They're pricey.
Construction complete.
What building was I able to research here? Okay, let's get those going.
Engines ready. Ready when you are. On it.
Let's go and rotate down there, and then we'll take the middle, and then hopefully be good to go. I would very much like one more Minervite extractor. Right there is fine.
I'm here.
Okay, I think that's good.
Casio reporting. On it.
I'm gonna have to set up groups of turrets.
Ready when you are.
What happens if I leave it? Yeah, okay, you can just walk off of it. As long as you stand on it, then it's fine.
Under
On the
attack.
job.
Construction complete.
Let's just swing up here and make sure that this stays safe. And I'm gonna build those mecha walker things. And then just start moving them down to these locations.
Construction complete.
Aha!
Our workers are under attack.
Oh, the Marines, though.
Complete. Our base is under attack.
Double Leica?
Our troops are under attack.
Show me the way.
Construction complete.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're gonna be fine. Just keep making Marines, and we're gonna rally them down here to make sure that these areas stay safe. And I need more deposits so that I can have some global presence to repair.
Are under attack.
Casio reporting.
Okay, cool. Let's head down to the middle here and take this back.
Who's looking for action? What's up? Ignore.
And we're winning, son.
Are we winning, son? It's my favorite. Let's get a fort there. There we go. Took the middle. Just got to keep making lots and lots of these little guys so that we can set up forts and turrets and stuff.
On the job. On it.
We just need to, again, have some global presence.
Our troops are under attack.
Check me out.
And then Walker Lord, let's bring you down here.
Construction complete.
Get in there.
Where you want me?
Get in there.
Usual.
We need like a walker per
I'm
location.
here.
I need some orders.
And then just keep repairing. And we're actually negative, so let me get another super core. Over here is perfectly fine. And then let's get... Actually, I mean, they're not attacking my base, so we can just take some of these outlying heat areas. And that's no problem.
Where you want me?
Let's load these up.
Our base is under attack. Maintenance is too expensive.
As long as we keep repairing, actually, I think we're fine. Let's go ahead and move some of these mecha walkers. Again, they seem kind of like our ground super units in a way.
Construction complete.
I need
Our
some orders.
troops are under attack.
As you can see, they have their own.
I'm here.
Our
Received.
base is under attack.
I'm just going to keep making these. Don't worry, Cassio's here to help.
Our troops are under attack. Our
And then
base is
keep
under
making
attack.
rovers so that we can come down here and make turrets. Again, global presence is difficult to maintain here for sure, and I still want to go and take at least one other
Our
thing
troops are under attack.
from enemies.
And we're winning, son.
This is just I'm gonna laugh at that every single time. Okay, and then let's also get another vehicle factory. Seems appropriate.
Troops are under attack.
Orders received.
And then extra rovers want to come down here for more turrets. The rail guns are fine. They're fine. Like, I don't know. The bunkers are decent as well, but they're not good enough.
Construction complete.
I need business.
What other upgrades do we have that are looking good? Not those. Let's bring these big boys down here. And then I think we're going to go for this one next. That's a lot of turrets. Maybe we'll go for that one instead.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
And let's get some better coin production as well. Let's
Our troops are under attack.
get some heat.
I'm here.
Offsetting or what have you. I don't know, man. And then honestly, throwing some Leikas in there doesn't seem like a bad idea either. We have a lot of tools at our disposal, don't get me wrong. As long as we're repairing after each of these, we're in like great shape. We just leave one of these here.
Theo reporting.
I really wish that you could rally to units. That's not in the cards for us though.
Sounds good.
Let's go and start moving towards the bottom right.
Let's roll. Received.
These big boys are pretty cool. I like the look of them. Where else could really use some stuff? You know what? Come on down here because we can start building turrets as soon as you're down here. The thing, yeah, I think Leikas do like great damage. It's just they're so fast you have to make sure you micro them into the front.
On it. Received.
Our troops are under attack.
Wait, where's Casio? There we go. I do find the selection circles sometimes a little difficult to hit. It's rare, but sometimes I find the selection circles a little difficult to hit.
On it. On the job.
Okay, he's dead. Okay, they built like a whole base there. You know what? Just you can have it. You can have it for now. I'm not ready to contest that. I built another vehicle factory. Let's go ahead and build medium tanks from that, and then we'll build walker tanks from that. Not enough coin. That's fine. We're going to continue getting super
Our base
Super
is under
coins.
attack.
I'm not sure why that one... That's fine. Just keep building them out further and further away. Again, this is another one where you don't have to worry too much about space, so I'm perfectly happy to just...
Under attack.
You want
Our troops are under attack.
How am I only just barely far ahead of them when I've held 3 this whole time? I don't know, man. Alright, let's come down here and get a turret.
Our troops are under attack.
Repair. You know, I don't know. I just don't... I kind of get the impression like I should have more of a lead than I do. From having 3 versus 2 control points. That's all I'm saying.
Our base is under attack. Construction complete.
So I think the difference here... Yeah, I mean, the DPS difference is pretty substantial, but honestly, I feel like the medium tanks might be the better long-term solution. Hard to say. I still want revenge on that bottom base, and we've gotten a lot of units here, so maybe we'll go for it. Actually, tons of Minervite here that we can take. This might be enough to roast this base. Hard to say. Getting trapped in this. Getting trapped in this little choke point is not the best. And the shooting while moving is also really important because you can dodge projectiles in this game
Let's keep up
too.
the pace, Commander.
Okay, well, I just walked onto it even though they have units here, and I just took it. Take that. Okay, you love to see it. I'm just gonna hang out here and force them to fight me, and we'll just repair.
Troops are under attack.
This area should be self-sufficient for now. I'm just gonna keep making walkers. The thing with the walkers is they are very, very pricey
Looking for action.
in terms of heat. And again, this is one where if you want to increase your
Troops are under attack.
coin production, we're at the point where we kind of have to start making heat sinks and super cores. So the rover cost is quite significant. We're at the point where we do kind of have to be continuously building rovers if we want to keep up with it.
Our troops are under attack. Complete.
Anyway, this should give us the advantage that we need.
Maintenance is too expensive. Construction complete.
These are fewer things that they can attack us with, and we have a 4-to-1 advantage. We could go and take the last one too. I'm thinking we probably could. It's possible this was their initial base, though I think they took the bottom left one first, so they might have 2 bases. So these big tanks aren't as slow as I would have expected either. So that we actually have quite a powerful tank unit here that we can just casually walk into bases with. I thought the disadvantage to these things would be that they were really slow. But no, not really. I don't know, the medium tanks can shoot while moving though, so that is that's a pretty significant positive. So what's the cost difference? 3, I'll say supply, even though that's not technically what it is. 3 versus 4, way more coin cost on the Attila. So yeah, that is, again, I feel like you could probably mass medium tanks to similar effect for a lot cheaper. So I will say one thing that some folks have pointed out that I've seen that I agree with is I think there's 2 things regarding the combat that could be made a little crisper. One is some of the attack noises, not all of them, but I feel like some of the attack noises could be, like, have more of a punch. I guess the infantry isn't meant to be super punchy, so maybe that's why it's not. Again, that might be very, very intentional. Man, this game must be really difficult on hard. Also, I think the enemy has, like, super fast building, from what I can tell. It looked like they had just started that build. We got 2 drones coming in to heal us. I'm thinking at this rate, we'll probably end the mission before we can go and take the last point. That's fine with me. I'm just letting my tanks sit in here and just wipe out buildings. Though, because they can do the mass repair, we do kind of have to focus fire here. Else they'll be able to repair everything endlessly. Oh, okay, so some of the units, like, I think the tanks have a pretty satisfying noise, but one thing that's missing is there's not an impact noise, and there's not, sometimes, but not all projectiles have, like, an impact, like a visual impact indicator. Like the weapon hardpoints, like, you see how it shoots, and then it shoots a projectile, but when the projectile collides with something, there's not always, like, an indicator giving the player feedback that the projectile is hitting. Now, to be fair, it is possible to dodge projectiles, so it's hard to say. I don't know, like, see how they just sort of go into the building that they're hitting and just disappear? Again, I think it's relatively minor, but that's the kind of stuff that will, I think, add to the combat and make it feel crisper. But, I mean, overall, I really like... Oh, we're negative again. That's because we had so many vehicles queued up. I do really, really like a lot of the combat mechanics here. I really like the economy as well. In fact, I would say the economy is one of my favorite parts about how this all works. I think it's very clever, and it actually turns space, like literal physical space in your base, into like a really, really important resource. I think that's awesome. With how the heat mechanic works.
On it. Sounds good.
Oh yeah, this wasn't. They just have a billion turrets. This wasn't the actual enemy base at all. So I think only the Leica projectiles can be dodged. I don't think the tank. I don't think the tank projectiles can actually be dodged. Just walk on this. I want all 5, please. There it is. Okay, excellent. Well, I did it in the wrong order, but that's perfectly acceptable. We lost most of our units, but we have more medium tanks back here.
Casio reporting. Let's roll. I'm on the job.
And Red Corporation goes down once again. They got nothing on us. That one's still technically minus well. Yeah, I don't think they have any production left, so they have no way to contend with us. Again, if we really wanted, this was like hard difficulty. One thing that I could do moving forward also to ensure, oh my gosh.
Come on.
It's like, what I would do is build those little beat boot warp caster robots and put the invulnerability shield on units. I would build forges. That's not what they're called. They're called deposits. I would build a bunch of deposits right outside the enemy base so that we could get near instant heals off when we needed them.
Ready when you
Again,
are.
I see the
Yes,
tools
Commander.
at my disposal, but
Let's roll.
in certain cases, they're tedious
Commander.
enough to use to the point
On
where I
it.
don't necessarily need them on the difficulty that I'm playing, that I'm not going to use them. At the same time, I do feel like I'm challenged enough that if I were to bump it up to the hard difficulty, I feel like I would get demolished. It's hard to say.
Troops are under attack.
And I do like how there's hidden resources all over the place on these maps, too. I think it's really important. So, if we have, like, late-game economy, just massing these Attilas certainly seems very solid.
Our troops are
Uh-oh, they got little rovers. Look out! My hero's dead, and he's down here somewhere, isn't he? Where did he get left? Oh, no, he's here.
Here.
He probably got...
Casio reporting.
Ah, hey! And we got a free Attila walker, too.
For the rescue. The ground collapsed under the mech. I thought
Ready
it
when
was
you
the end
are.
for us.
Received.
Do they all sound like that?
I am here.
A little bit. Kind of like Thor's, you know, they got like the ridiculous voice.
On it.
Yeah, okay, not bad, and we're close enough to the end where I don't feel like, we gotta wait now. But at the same time, if you destroy all the enemies, maybe the map should just, you know? I think this ability is really good, but maybe like it could, I don't know, maybe the AoE could be
We've got
made
the
larger?
juice. Everyone, let's get to the launch site. Let's roll.
Actually, I take that back, no. Oh, there's another base here too. I went the wrong way. I went down first and I missed all this extra stuff. I was going to say make that AoE better, but then I realized if I were playing against, like the AI was using that against me all the time, I would hate it. So don't. Very nice. This is a cool map. I like this one too. Very classic, you know, control multiple points, maintain map presence, split your army up so that you can stop slow trickles of enemy units rather than like giant enemy attacks to specific locations. It really makes you think differently about how you approach things as opposed to taking one big army and sending it at an enemy base. You actually have to micromanage and build little defenses everywhere. And I kind of like that. It adds some variety to a typical build and destroy mission. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.